Welcome back, my stars. This is part 2 of part 1. And if you have picked up in part 1 that I did not touch on the date of demise, that was for a reason, because there is a whole separate reading coming on that one, which will be loaded tomorrow, the 13th of February, Friday the 13th. So I'll see you there. Now, you've seen I haven't moved the deck. The cards are still sitting here. And I'm going to pull my normal 11 cards. And if you recall the previous reading, how many times this Hermit has come up? And if you remember, in the Hermit card, I pointed to the lantern and the shape of the star. So nobody can tell me that I've picked cards or I've stacked decks or anything. The numerology is confirming my previous reading. Then if I look at the time, that is a time of, it reduces, the 1900 reduces down, it goes to 10 and that reduces down to 1. And 1, again, takes me to the Magician. Upright, skilled, bridging, two worlds, what is as above is below. Again, two world energies. In reverse, it's the manipulation, sleight of hand, trickery. Are we allegedly onto something? I'm just going on what these numerological numbers have shown me. Now, you've seen I haven't moved the deck. The cards are still sitting here. And I'm going to pull my normal 11 cards. I'm going to start at the top with a 5, 3, 2, 1, and I will dissect them as we go. Let's get my little thing here. I just want to see if there's anything else I missed in the numerology before we begin. No. Okay. Here we go. 7 of Swords. How many times does 7 of Swords come up? The Moon. Again, the Moon reversed. This Moon card keeps coming up. 8 of Pentacles. Okay. It's come up in other types of readings, but okay. Justice in reverse. And let's see if any of the other energies of these upper cards are going to come through here. There we go. In the previous reading, the Page of Swords also came up. The 7 of Swords upright here. As we all know, it's the sneaky card. It's almost telling me that there's an extraction plan happening, but we are leaving traces behind. We are not taking everything. We are leaving things behind. And as I always say, look at the background. Shadow figures there. People working either in the background, or it is the public that is seeing what is going on with the sneakiness that's happening, but they aren't realizing that they actually have been seen and spotted, and they think they are getting away, because look how he's looking over his shoulder. And look here, how it's looking back towards this Moon in reverse. Whatever has been stolen here it's almost telling me that things are, whatever he's done here is on the verge of being unmasked. And the shadow is being almost aligned as a construct. The shadow is a construct. The shadow has been constructed. And now it's being deconstructed. He thinks he is sneaking away while everybody was sleeping. And what came out? The guards were sleeping. And they think they can get away with sleeping guards. I need to look into those guards, because it's very quiet around them. My guys have just told me, look into those guards. What have happened to them? Where are they? That story has just died. And it's telling me more. There's more to this. And things are going to come out. This Eight of Pentacles here. It is a narrative of engineering. A story as meticulously built as they potentially can by professionals. Professionals have been working on the story for a while. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat is what's coming to me. But that rinse, repeat story is not going to last long, because this wooden bench won't be able to carry the weight of it forever. And this little coat here that he wears, it just reminded me of almost a quick and easy, I can quickly remove this to get to my other clothes, my other face. It's a quick extraction of the coat that he's got on. But he needs somebody to help him to undo those little ties. Sure. Now there's justice here. The legal outcomes here doesn't sit right. The scales are out of balance. This game has been fixed. Allegedly. This game has been fixed. And look at the feminine energy here in reverse. It's not fair on the victims. It's not fair on the victims. But there's more to these scales. It is almost telling me that there is a shift away from this. And why are there so many fall people suddenly? In the beginning, it was Mountbatten, Windsor, Andrew. It was Maxwell, and it was Epps. There were murmurings of other people. But now suddenly these other people are coming to the foreground a lot more. And they are being thrown almost under the bus. I'm not saying they didn't do anything wrong, but it's just like, why these certain people? If we're looking at Bates, if we are looking at Tangerine, if we are looking at the Wiltons, there's always been murmurings there, but it's now just become to the foreground. It's almost like, okay, we've had enough of you guys now. You've served your purpose. Whatever Epps did, and however he managed to get data and justice for other people, by being unjust to certain people, you no longer need it. We've got other ways and means of doing things now. This almost got like a, sorry, tinfoil hats on here. A new order. The old is gone. Don't know why I said that, I'm sorry. But here we got this Page of Swords card here. And this is, as I've learned from Shanta, her internet card, swift, quick movements. And didn't that thing come out on the platforms and stuff? But it came out very quickly, very quickly. But also, as quickly it came out, nobody is really talking about it anymore. There's more to the story, because you can see the sword is off the tip here. There's more to the story than actually meets the eye. There's more to the story. And look in the background here. This card came up before. That reminds me of the island. And this almost is telling me, is there not another island that's coming into the fray of things here? It's coming from an elevated position. This messaging is coming from an elevated position. And we're creating the chatter out there. Good little birds, we're creating the chatter out there. And behind the clouds, we can't see what is going on. But these birds can actually see over the clouds. We can't see what's behind the clouds. We are just getting glimpses of blue sky here. There's more coming out with these words. Swords are words. Whew. And the slot pickens. And the slot pickens. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you guys see this? Sorry, I've got chills. I don't know if you can see it, but the hair, it's literally standing up. Whew. Yo. And here he is. Look here. Look here. Numerology. Here we go. Jeepers. Okay. The devil here. It's a system of control. Allegedly, the addiction is holding the strings. I'm just pointing something out here. The cards are telling me a story here. Look at the symbolism here. Just pointing that out on the head. Look at the symbolism there in the Eight of Pentacles. Look at the Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles. And then we look here at this Hermit card that is forming part of Numerology. And I'm pointing to the Lantern again. Who is the holder of some of the secrets? And as I said in the previous reading, what we could find on Google Earth, it was in a high diplomatic corridor area in this country of the Star. Who's holding the purse strings? And this is telling me that there is allegedly substance to the fact that Epps could have been an agent for this country and the links to that agency. And they've got a long reach, but they keep you bound and they keep you tied. They're holding the strings. Even though they can break free from the strings, but their reach goes way too far. Look at the wings, how they go off the card here. The reach is a lot wider and further than we actually know. And it goes a lot further. The same here in the Lovers card. Look at the angel, the stretch here. The wings are also going off the edge. Things are a lot bigger than we actually know, that we're actually allowed to see. Sorry, I've just noticed something here. My sticky has come off. This High Priestess in reverse. Bachem and Yahweh. The black pillar, the white pillar. Bachem and Yahweh. The shadows and the light. And you guys, if you know tarot, on her scroll, we don't really know if it says tarot or if it says Torah. Look at the curtain behind her. The pomegranates in there. The affluence and the money behind the veil. The moon card, there's a moon on her head, and that ties in here with the moon. Moon on the head, moon here. We only see a slither, and the water, which is her coat, washes over and washes the other bits away. But she knows the secrets. And it's firmly planted. Excuse me for talking in code here, but I don't want to get the channel hit or struck or removed or ghosted. And I'm sorry, this reading is already going on quite along, my friends. I do apologize for that. But it's just, I don't know. The more I read and the more I meditate on this, the more things are just not right. Let me shift these up so I can just make some space on this table. And these lovers here, as I said, showed up in the numerology of the 6 of Epstein. The split reality, the dual lives. Look at the snake in the grass. And sorry, just look here. The 2 male figures here. Both of them got fire behind them. They're living a life of brimstone and fire. It's almost got an occult feel to it for me. Sorry. And we've recently seen some stuff coming out about the occult. The occult. And some of the emails that's been released, there's been claims made. But let's leave that there. Sorry, this energy is just I need to get out of this energy. I really need to get out of it. Okay, let's move on. Next row. There we go. Two of Wands. Looking towards freedom. We are looking across the waters and stuff. And this again reminds me of an island. Being isolated in an island. And this to me is like he's stuck somewhere. Allegedly. Or being moved somewhere allegedly. And that's why that photo came out. It was a message. Allegedly. A message was sent. Or was it an accident? The shadow is concerned by new eyes who are watching it. It was a shot across death upright. It's not death as we know death. This is the erasing of the old. And to allow the shadow form to exist. Look at the children. I know I read these cards have got different meanings, but I'm going in the iconography here. Look there. The crown has been knocked off the head of the old. And now we have got a new armor on. And our face has been stripped away. And it is covering us. And there is a red warning. Shots have been fired. And look here. The boat. Boat in the background here. Was that a case of the old that is no longer has now been transformed in such a way that it won't be really recognized? An institution is behind it. The towers of power are looking down and shining a light on it. And we are being moved. The ship is there. Waiting for a... Allegedly. I'm literally going on what these cards are saying. Let's have a look here. Tower in reverse. Am I surprised? No. Am I surprised? Yes. This is the core truth of everything here. It's a controlled deconstruction, a controlled demolition. It is bringing something down. What did I say earlier? Why are those other people now suddenly being thrown under the bus as big as they are and exposed as much as they are, including other world leaders? Including the new footage that's come out about Mountbatten, Windsor, Andrew. It's controlling a narrative. It's protecting the foundation of the whole operation, allegedly. Let's have a look for underlying energy here. Guys, numerology and the cards cannot be telling me fibs. It cannot be telling me fibs. Let me know what you think. Yeah, sorry, and I'm just turning this Hermit with the for the beginner's guide upside down. And if you see, if you turn the 9 upside down, it mirrors. I know it's a 9, but I'm just turning it around and it looks like a 6. A very lonely man in a country, looking down on everything, but there's a support structure there. I know that this is the signature of the deck, but that again looks to me like a tree, a place with mountain ranges. He's looking forward. Look here. He's looking at all of these. The Watcher. That's what's coming to me here. 3 of Pentacles here for me. It's just, my cards are just, my sources are just telling me that this is definitely collaboration. It's an architect. Look at all the money. There's so much money involved. But then here, it ties in with the 8. Also a wooden bench. It's not going to last forever. And also look how it ties in. The apron. The apron. Strings are being held. Apron strings are being held. And here's the plan. Look at the covering over this person and hiding. Don't really want to be recognized. Covering up the hair. The master architects behind it, and the money behind it. And this Emperor here in reverse, do I need to say more? Corrupt, failed authority. We are being dictated what we are allowed to see. The world is dictating to us what we are allowed to see. Judgment in reverse. Refusal to face the final reckoning. There's no more second chances. I'm sorry, this reading has gone very, very long. I'm really, really sorry. I'll see how it goes. I might break it up into 2. I might cut it into 2. But let's just have a look here quickly. Can you give me any confirmation on this? And this is telling me, these numbers are telling me there's a total alignment here. A construction and extraction, hermit and isolation. Why did the King of Wands flip out? The Tower is reduced. They left a ghost behind. Reverse. Impulsiveness, ruthlessness, high expectations, haste, unachievable. King of Wands. Fire. Scorpio. Sagittarius. And this is a yes card. It's a yes card. It's confirming me yes about the alleged photo and the alleged shadow man. Let me know in the comments if you guys know who a Scorpio figure is and who a Sagittarius is. There's one last card. Yeah. Guys, second deck. This is just literally telling me a little bit here, a little bit here. Got a little bit here, we got a little bit there. We will give you little morsels. The scales aren't balanced. And we are begging for more, but we're not getting it. But they are holding back. And that, my friends, thank you very much. Let me go for a walk. I need to get outside onto the sun deck. Go and ground myself. You guys be safe. And as I say, every single time I go down one road, there's another road coming. And half the time after these readings, I actually can't remember what I said. I've actually got to watch them back to see what I actually said. And I think I'm going to do an episode on this shadow extraction analysis. I'm convinced, and my sources are guiding me allegedly into a direction that there's an alleged another extraction happening. And why it happened then, I think allegedly it was a signal that the subject, that the package is in transit and moving because it's necessary. And we need to contain it and control it anymore. Because I think they've got everything that they need now. They've got all the information where they need now. And now we can move the asset and go and contain it in a gilded cage somewhere. Sorry. It's just come through from my guides. Oh, thank you very much, my friends. I'm just clearing this energy before I sign off. Until I speak to you guys in the next episode, and we'll have a look at the alleged extraction and if there and where the moving is happening to. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you soon.